I always thought my sister loved me. Not in a complicated way, not in a jealous way. I thought she genuinely wanted the best for me. Her name is Briar, and she is 2 years older than me. We grew up in a small house in Nashville, Tennessee, sharing a bedroom and matching pajamas. She was my protector on the playground and my partner in crime during family vacations. When I got married to a wonderful man named Davis, Briar was my maid of honor. She cried during my vows and gave a speech about how proud she was of me. I trusted her with every secret I had. That was my mistake. Last month, my world fell apart in a single evening. I came home from work exhausted, kicked off my heels, and found my husband sitting on the couch with a strange look on his face. Not angry. Not sad. Just confused. He said, "We need to talk." My heart dropped. I thought he was going to ask for a divorce. Instead, he handed me his phone. On the screen was an email from my sister Briar. The subject line said, "Evidence of your wife's affair with her boss." I couldn't breathe. I read the email 3 times before the words made sense. The email was long and detailed. Briar claimed she had proof that I was planning to leave my husband for my boss, a man named Marcus who ran the marketing department at my company. She wrote that I had been acting distant and working late too often. She said I had confessed to her over drinks that I was in love with Marcus, and just waiting for the right moment to file for divorce. None of it was true. Not a single word. Marcus was my boss, yes. He was also 60 years old, married for 30 years, and treated me like a daughter. I had never been alone with him outside of work. I had never even had a personal conversation with him. But Briar had woven a story so convincing that anyone who didn't know the truth might believe it. She even included fake text messages, screenshots, she had doctored to look like they came from my phone. I looked up at Davis with tears in my eyes and said, "This is not real. I have never cheated on you. I would never cheat on you." He looked at me for a long moment. Then he said, "I know." I didn't believe her for a second. I felt a wave of relief but then confusion. If he didn't believe her, why was he showing me this? That's when he told me the rest. The part that made my blood run cold. Davis said, "Briar didn't send this email to break us up. She sent it to break you down." I didn't understand at first. Then he explained. A few days before I received that email, my sister had applied for a job at my company. The same company where I had been working for 5 years. The same department where I was up for a promotion. She applied for my job. The position I had been working toward for years. And she didn't tell me. I found out later that she had been planning this for months. She had been meeting with my coworkers, networking behind my back, even taking credit for some of my ideas. When she realized I was the frontrunner for the promotion, she panicked. So she decided to destroy me. If she could convince Davis that I was having an affair, he might leave me. The stress of a divorce might make me mess up at work. Or worse, if the rumor spread to my office, I could lose my job entirely. She wasn't trying to steal my husband. She was trying to steal my career. And she was willing to burn my entire life to the ground to do it. I sat on the couch staring at the wall for a long time. I wasn't crying anymore. I was just empty. My own sister. The girl who held my hand at our mother's funeral. She wanted me gone. Here is the thing about Davis that Briar didn't account for. He is not a jealous man. He is a smart man. He didn't believe her email because he knows me. He knows I come home from work exhausted because I work too hard, not because I'm sneaking around. He knows I talk about Marcus the same way I talk about my grandfather. With respect, not romance. So when Briar's email landed in his inbox, he didn't confront me or hire a lawyer. He did something smarter. He replied to her email. But he didn't send it from his personal account. He forwarded it to my boss Marcus. And he wrote a simple message. Dear Marcus, my wife's sister sent me this email accusing her of an affair with you. I don't believe it for a second. But I thought you should know what she's saying about you. Marcus called me into his office the next day. I was terrified. I thought I was going to be fired. Instead, he closed the door and said, I read the email your sister sent. I also read your husband's response. He's a good man. Then he said something that changed everything. I was planning to announce the promotion next week. But I think we need to move faster. Marcus promoted me that afternoon. Not just to the position Briar wanted, but to a higher one. He created a new role for me, Senior Director of Client Strategy, with a corner office and a raise that made my eyes water. He said, I don't tolerate people who try to destroy my team. Your sister made a huge mistake. She thought she could tear you down to build herself up. But that's not how this works. I walked out of his office in a daze. I called Davis immediately. He picked up on the first ring and said, I already know. Marcus called me. Congratulations, baby. You earned this. I started crying on the sidewalk outside my office building. Not sad tears. Angry ones. Grateful ones. My sister had tried to destroy me, and instead she had handed me the biggest opportunity of my career. But I wasn't done yet. I still had one more thing to do. I needed to see Briar's face when she found out that her plan had backfired so spectacularly. So I called her. I kept my voice calm and sweet and said, hey, can you meet me for coffee tomorrow? I have some news. She agreed immediately. She thought I was going to tell her my marriage was falling apart. She had no idea what was coming. We met at a little cafe near her apartment, the same place we used to go as teenagers when she would buy me hot chocolate and listen to my boy problems. She walked in wearing a fake concerned expression, like she was preparing to comfort me. I ordered a coffee and waited. She sat down across from me and said, how are you holding up? I smiled and said, actually, I'm doing great. I got promoted today. Her face flickered with confusion and then panic. She tried to hide it, but I saw it. She said, promoted. That's amazing. I didn't even know you were up for a promotion. I said, it happened pretty fast. My boss Marcus created a new position for me. Senior Director. Corner office. Huge raise. Briar's smile froze. She was doing the math in her head, realizing that her plan had failed. That's when I pulled out my phone. I opened the email she had sent to Davis and slid the phone across the table so she could read it. Her face went pale. I said, Davis forwarded this to Marcus. He thought Marcus should know what you were saying about him. Briar started stammering. I didn't, that wasn't. I cut her off and said, Marcus read every word. And then he promoted me anyway. Because he knows I'm good at my job. And he knows you're just a jealous woman who tried to steal something that wasn't hers. But I wasn't finished. You see, Davis had done some digging after Briar sent that first email. He had access to her old laptop, the one she left at our parents' house years ago. He found something else. A series of emails Briar had written to my boss Marcus, trying to get him to fire me. She had sent 3 emails over the past 2 months, all from a fake email address. In them, she claimed I was stealing company funds, lying on my time sheets, and bad-mouthing Marcus to other employees. None of it was true. But she was desperate. She wanted my job so badly that she was willing to invent crimes I didn't commit. I pulled up those emails on my phone and showed them to her. Briar looked like she was going to be sick. She said, how did you get those? I said, my husband is smarter than you thought. And you're not as clever as you think. I put my phone away and stood up. I said, I'm not going to report you to the police. I'm not going to tell our parents. I'm not going to do anything. Because I don't need to. You already lost. You lost the moment you decided to tear me down, instead of building yourself up. I left her sitting there with her cold coffee, and her empty hands. I didn't look back. That was 3 weeks ago. Briar hasn't spoken to me since. She didn't come to my promotion celebration. She didn't call when she heard I was named Employee of the Month. She unfollowed me on social media, and told our cousins that I had changed and become mean. I don't care. I spent years trying to make her proud of me, trying to earn her approval, trying to pretend that her jealousy wasn't slowly poisoning our relationship. But I'm done pretending. My marriage is stronger than ever. Davis and I talk about everything now. We have no secrets. He is my partner, my protector, and my best friend. My career is soaring. I love my job, and my boss has become a mentor I never expected to find. And my sister. My sister is alone. She pushed away her husband years ago with the same jealousy. She has no close friends. She has no one to blame but herself. I don't hate her. I feel sorry for her. But I don't miss her. There's a difference. Here is what I learned. Some people will try to tear you down not because you did something wrong, but because your light makes them feel small. My sister didn't try to destroy me because she hated me. She tried to destroy me because she couldn't stand watching me succeed. That was her problem. Not mine. I could have let her win. I could have let the stress break me, let the rumors ruin my marriage, let the fear stop me from chasing my dreams. But I didn't. Because I had people who believed in me. A husband who trusted me. A boss who saw my value. And most importantly, a voice inside me that refused to be silenced. If you are watching this and someone is trying to tear you down, hear me. Do not shrink to make them comfortable. Do not dim your light to ease their jealousy. Keep working. Keep rising. And let your success be the revenge they never saw coming. I am Spencer. My sister tried to steal my job, my husband, and my future. And she lost all three. Thank you for listening to my story. If you have ever been betrayed by someone you trusted, know that you are not alone. Their betrayal says everything about them and nothing about you. Keep building, keep believing, and one day the people who tried to tear you down will be watching from the sidelines as you celebrate your wins. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe. Share it with someone who needs to hear that they are enough. This is Spencer. See you in the next story. And remember, the best revenge is not destruction. It is living so well that your success becomes a mirror reflecting their failures.